Yeah, god damn it, that coin's terrible. That was a buffer too, so there was nothing I could have done. I really don't like this last coin. It's just so obnoxious. Because you can time that first green orb too late, to the point where you have to time the green orb. You can also time it so early that you can't even buffer and survive. It's so obnoxious. Fucking hate it. It's good though, I almost did like 30% of the coin's difficulty. The ending's flukeable, but it's also something I could die to like 30 times. So awful. Oof, that was close. We're good though. Nice. Okay, I think I kind of have an idea of how to do that a little better. Not perfectly, but better. That was close. We're good though. Oh, I should have jumped, but it worked. We're good. Right, come on. Nice. All of a sudden, this is nerve-wracking. Okay, come on. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe that. I cannot. I can't believe I just did that. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. I got so lucky with this. This could have taken me easily upwards of 500 attempts. Like, I think I was expecting upwards of 500 to be like, duh, of course it's going to take me longer than that. Let's go, dude, let's go. Yes. Oh my god, I can't believe that. This is a masterpiece in every sense of the word. This is one of the first levels. This and Past by Nejfil are the only two levels that I think do a Onefinity song justice without any caveats. Just caveat free, this is the level that goes with the song. Do you know what I mean? This is gorgeous. All of the gameplay is super fun, super fair. It really is. Like, Kiba is a master at making gameplay that once you know what you're doing, once you've learned what to do, and there's not a lot to learn in this level, granted, it works. It just works. It's a beautiful level. Absolutely gorgeous level. This is the kind of level where if I wasn't going for the coin, this would have been a 1 or 2 attempt after practice. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, once you know what you're doing, it's good. The length is the difficulty. Like, it's really not bad. Yeah, and then the coin. I'll talk about the coin because that seems to be that's the main reason I'm uploading the level. I mean, I would have uploaded the level without the coin. Even if there wasn't a coin, I would have uploaded this level because it's so good. And Kiba did give me an early, like, about half finished-ish copy of the level to like mess around with on stream a little while ago. Yeah, this coin is very well made. It's impressively well made. It's a far reach from Kiba's other stuff, which it's one of those things where, okay, Kiba's other coins are all like, here's one difficult thing, right? Sometimes there's a tricky timing to get in, but it's like, here's one difficult thing to do to get the coin, for the most part. Aside from Never Make It, but that's older. Well, Never Make It has coin 2, which is that, but coins 1 and 3 are different and special. But this is definitely a far reach from those coins, which some people are going to like and some people are not. I'm typically not a huge fan of these kind of collectible coins, right? Where it's just like, remember all the places you have to get the things throughout the level, right? A lot of the time I will avoid coins like that just because I do prefer doing like the one hard thing and going, oh shit, and then like playing the other 90% of the level with nerves like, oh my god, I did the hard thing. You know what I mean? But I will say this is very, very well made. All of the coins in this are super consistent. Only things I'll mention, the third coin in the Mini Robot 8, you can technically, and maybe it's just a certain frame rates where you can, certain frame rates you can't, I don't know, but technically I could jump over that coin with a robot jump, like completely miss it, like get up there, jump completely over that coin. It happened once to me in practice, never in normal. It seems like it's a really difficult jump to pull off, like to miss the coin, so you're probably fine, but I would mention that as being a potential problem. The mini coin where you do the corner clips off of the blocks at like 20 something, that looks brutal. It's actually not that bad. I died to it, I think, only once, and maybe twice. I died to the transition out once, but I only died to that coin, like the actual like the corner clipping part, once, because I found a setup, and I don't know how Kiba did it, I really don't, but for some reason, like, just about any setup on the first jump and then the first yellow orb, if you buffer the green, it'll just kind of like work out, and then you can buffer the pink and everything else like works. I don't know how Kiba did that. That blows my mind, because it looks impossibly difficult if you don't realize that, yeah, it's pretty much free, actually. There are setups for the first 2 clicks that make the third click not a buffer or impossible. Like, they exist. But for the most part, if you do what I did, I jumped on, like, when my cube aligned with the very last block of the platform, and then just kind of, like, middle hit the yellow orb. That seemed to work. Maybe there's a more consistent strategy you can come up with, I don't know, but that worked for me just fine. I'm trying to think what other coins I didn't like. The one in the UFO was annoying at like 38. That one was annoying. I found a strat for it. It was tricky though. You had to kind of fall into the upside down gravity portal a little later by doing your 2 clicks before it, like really intentionally like spaced out. And then it was dun, 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 dun. And that just worked sometimes. There were times where it didn't and times where it did. I found that if I really intentionally went with those 2 clicks, like spaced them out a bit instead of, you know, like really space those 2 clicks out, then fall into the yellow, then everything else just kind of works. It was like, or whatever the pattern was. I don't know if that's exactly what it was, but it was something to that effect. You know what I mean? And that worked. All I know is after the red, it was, because the other thing I was trying was, oh, whoops, that's play. Whoops. But that's what I was trying to do, was like jump up with the red and then do like 2 fast clicks to get over the saw. But I found if I just go, that works even better. So I don't know, whatever works for you, but that's how I did it, and it was fairly consistent as long as I got to the red orb with the right setup, which is granted not the easiest thing. I'm trying to think of other coin problems. I think the rest of them were pretty much fine. I'm trying to think of other ones I didn't like. Oh, the one at 74 was kind of annoying, because the very last coin you have to collect, a mini coin. That one was kind of annoying because you have to time the 1 green orb late, and you see it in the completion. It's the green orb after the pink pad, I think. I think it's a pink pad. You have to time that green orb late so that you're in range of the like other green orb that you hit, and then you go up and do the thing, right? And once you're in that little gap, it's fine, because then it's just you fall a little bit, like there's a little notch you fall off of, and then you just buffer that jump out, and it's not a big deal. That's not a timing at all. The late timing of the first green orb to get to the second green orb, you can time the first green orb late enough that you make it to the second green orb, but then if you buffer the second green orb, you go way too high. So then you have to time it later, but it is possible, and I did it in practice, not in normal, thank God, to time the first green orb so late that you can't buffer the second green orb, so then you have to time the second green orb, but there's a middle zone in there where if you time the first green orb late enough but not too late, you can just buffer the second green orb, and it'll just work. So you really gotta either bank on it being a buffer, or bank on it being a timing, one of the two, right? Like, pick one and just say, I'm always going to time it, or I'm always going to buffer it. Or you have to, like, by vision, like, sight read, oh, that one's going to work as a buffer. Oh, that one's going to work as a timing, right? Every time. So that one wasn't terrible, but that being the last coin at 74, that was pretty brutal. And then, yeah, the whole last cube is impossible. I have no idea how I fluked it. Absolutely none. The one thing I will say is you are in dual mode there, technically. There's like a mini ship above the screen that's keeping the screen locked so that the, you know, like the visual effect of the whole part works really well. And I think that's genius. Because you're in dual mode, you have a little more coyote time falling off a platform where you can jump. If you don't know what coyote time is, it's like when Wile E. Coyote runs off a cliff and then like doesn't quite fall, right? That's actually what it's named after, coyote time. And because of that, you have a few extra frames after you technically fall off a platform to do a jump. So that one jump at the beginning-ish where I corner clip over the 4 spikes, right? The reason that works so consistently is because you can jump just a little bit off of that platform and still get the jump off. You can jump so far off that platform that you can't get the jump off, and you can corner clip off of the back of the first set of 4 there instead of off the front of the second set of 4. But I found corner clipping off the front of the second set was way easier because you do get that kind of like leeway. I don't know if you've ever seen it, where you like almost land on a platform and then your cube like adjusts back up to like actually be on the platform, and you can use that to your advantage there. So that was the strat that I found the most consistent there. And then everything else is just genuinely brutal timings that I somehow fluked from 0. So there you go. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. I mean, my pass rate at that end cube was like maybe 1 in 30, 1 in 50 in practice, and I was just going to kind of hope that with focus goggles on, it would have made it easier, and I guess it did. I don't know how to feel about this. So, 357 technically I have a preview of this that I put 85 into, so I had a little bit of an idea. So, I mean, if you want an official attempt count for official purposes, 357 plus 85 is 352 plus 95. No, that's wrong. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. 352 plus 90, that's correct. 352 plus 90, 442. Yeah, 442. 442 attempts is my official attempt count if you want my official attempt count. But there you go. Yeah, great level. Would highly, highly recommend. I recommend the coin if this looks like the kind of coin that you're interested in. But even if you're not, this is just a great level. Phenomenal level. Kiba knocked it out of the park as usual with gameplay. The deco is. This is definitely, in my opinion, this is Kiba's best work deco-wise. This is so beautifully done. I absolutely love everything about this level. I cannot recommend that you play it enough, coin or otherwise. This was great. Alright, I'm going to cut the recording here now. Bye.